कोबरा का सलूट। मैं आज आपके सामने अपना 93rd वीडियो लेके आया हूँ, हमेशा की तरह विद अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इंटरेस्टिंग एंड अ हॉट बर्निंग सब्जेक्ट. Today's topic is Air India Flight 171, the 787 Dreamliner's crash in Ahmedabad and the tragedy thereafter. After seeing this video, ये वीडियो देखने के बाद, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, like and share because I make my videos with a lot of hard work. To make this video, I've consulted with lot many pilots. I've spoken to some foreign pilots. I have studied all the videos which are floating around, and I have come out with my perception as a layman. I'm not an expert in airlines, but I'll give you a perspective which you and everybody would like to know, because those experts have got a different point. They are biased. They are resting their answers on their experience. I am unbiased view I'll give you. After seeing this video, you would realize that this what I'm telling you, जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, you may not have heard anywhere, read anywhere, or no TV channel would have told you. I'll give you a perspective where you will start thinking. आप सोचने पे मजबूर हो जाएंगे. Coming back to the subject, Air India Flight 171, the 787 Dreamliner Boeing 787, which got crashed immediately after takeoff in Ahmedabad, it causing a big tragedy, a big loss. Unimaginable जो उसका loss हुआ है. What is the cost? Everybody wants to know till the time that black box, which is actually orange in color, with black box, उसमें the flight data recorder and the flight voice recorder is studied by the Boeing company, which has come already there to investigate, and whatever comes out. Before that, I want to give what we are thinking and what can be the truth. I only hope the Boeing company cannot manipulate and hack or interfere with the black box. I only hope it is very clear and they'll give an honest view about it. Now, to understand this subject, we should know three, four issues we should know. Firstly, who are these pilots? Now, there is sudden increase of demand of aircrafts all over the world. India में भी हवाई चप्पल से हवाई जहाज में people are going. People have stopped going in trains and buses and their car. They are going by flight. People have got money. So there is sudden increase of airline demand. Overnight, the companies are coming up. कंपनी बनती जा रही है, लोग प्लेन खरीदते जा रहे हैं. There is a heavy demand on all airline manufacturing companies. Overnight, they want planes. Air India themselves have booked so many Boeings and so many Dreamliners and Airbuses. There's sudden demand. The companies are working night and day. I only hope they are not compromising on the security, the technology, and the safety aspect of these planes. That is doubtful. That is questionable. Secondly, when there are airlines increasing, there is sudden demand of pilots. Overnight, the youngsters are leaving all jobs and want to become pilot because they think it is highly paid, a very glamorous life. Now, where are they getting training? The airline, the pilot training institutes are very less. They are owned by private individuals, by moneyed people. There is hardly any government-run agencies. The agencies are mushrooming all over the Europe and world. People like to go there and take license. You don't even know whether they are authorized, illegal, what. But the moment you get a license from London, England, or USA, every airline says, "Oh, he's London trained aircraft, is America trained, or whatever, wherever it is trained." It gives you a high value. You become a high value pilot. Now these companies are coming up. How good do they have all the equipment? It is a big question where I hope the government is monitoring that, because overnight the pilots are coming up and the airlines are employing them because they are in shortage. Now, and they are getting the license. That the license giving agency is also private. It's a franchisee, I think, which has got government contract, and they provide you license and all the wherewithal to get the license, the simulators and everything. It is a highly complex and complicated network of companies where you don't know, where money buys everything. If you have money, you can become a pilot. If you don't have money, however good you are, people without mathematics, without science background are becoming pilots. People earlier, you couldn't even become an engineer without physics, mathematics, and these subjects. Now, to people are becoming engineers, they're getting jobs because everything is computerized, everything is on mobile and all the technology. Now, these pilots, this one flight, Air India flight 171, the Dreamliner 787 is a huge aircraft. You should understand the aircraft. This is the huge aircraft, the highly advanced aircraft. It's computerized aircraft. It is one of the best product which Boeing is given. Though the Boeing company in America is under question for cutting cost and overnight bringing these aircraft. They're questionable now. The people are questioning them. I only hope they are not compromising on the security aspect of these aircrafts. This is a high-tech, high-brand aircraft. This Dreamliner 787. It is wide-bodied. It has got big windows, very good comfort. It is double-decker for the crew. Otherwise all 72 passengers they are on the one floor only. The only crew has got some arrangement on the height second deck. This aircraft it goes on a long distance flight. It gives all the comfort to the passengers. Now these two pilots, captain of the aircraft Sumit Sabharwal and first officer Clive Kundur, who is the first officer co-pilot, I only hope they are not elephant in the room, because they are, as per their qualification, they are inexperienced to be flying this aircraft as a pilot and as a co-pilot. Mr. Sumit Agarwal, God bless his soul, he's no more. He's got 8,000 hours of flying. He's 53, 56 years of age. Only 8,000, that means he started his pilot career very late. Otherwise, by this age, he should have been having 30, 35,000 hours of flying. Now, as a scale, as a layman, if that flight is for 9 hours, which goes from here to Gatwick or whatever place in England, it is 9 hours of continuous flying. So minimum 18 to 20 hours flying experience the co-pilot should have. And the pilot should have double that, if not double, to at least 20, 25 to 30,000 flying hours experience that these pilots should have. These pilots should have 8,000 to 10,000 landing and takeoff experience. That is also recorded. How many landing and takeoff they have done as pilot and co-pilot. Now these pilots are, because the screen of that aircraft, when you sit on the cockpit, it is so complicated. It's got a number of meters, number of channels, number of lights, you have to be highly qualified to understand in one glance what is wrong and what is happening where. It gives you complete pulse of that aircraft. But to know that, you should have handled aircraft, the screen in front, for at least 10 to 15 to 30 hours. All the foreign airlines, they have got 30 to 35 hours of flying experience with all these people who are operating the high-end aircrafts. So these pilots are not as experienced as they should be to handle a Dreamliner. Why Air India has given them such a big responsibility? Because there is shortage of pilots, and to employ them, Air India must be paying less, because if you have an experienced pilot over 30,000 rupees, he will take 7 to 8, 10 lakh rupees per month. So they are inexperienced. They are running this with very meager salary. They are very happy because they are a Dreamliner pilot, but they don't know at the cost of the life of 242 people. I'm not blaming them, but they are inexperienced. Now, then the international airports is the international airport where these Dreamliners operate. International airport, the management aspect, the security aspect is become so digital, so computerized that you hardly see anybody. You are just walking through, showing your biometric and showing your card, and there is no check. So I only hope the advancement, the technology development is coming to India. I hope these are foolproof, because if we don't think about anything, doing anything wrong with the airlines or in the airport, but the terrorists and the criminals, they know how to break all the system. So there is no check, and the front job, which are desk job which the airline staff is doing. Today they are in airline, tomorrow they will go and join some hotel industry. So it is not permanent. Permanently they are there. Whosoever pays them, they will change. So, except the CISF and the government agencies which are running these airports, they are highly professional because government spends a lot of money. The CISF people are thoroughly professional in the security job. The government people who are there, they are thoroughly professional. But these private agencies to whom contracts have been given, we don't even know how qualified they are to check any bomb or anything going across the security check. So we are not talking about any foul play or any terrorist act in this aircraft, but you cannot rule out anything because when the system can be broken because people are not that qualified. Now these aircraft, when the airports come up, the real estate is another culprit. The moment international airport comes up, the land outside is taken over by moneyed people and they are being sold. Now this Ahmedabad aircraft had a multi-story building just outside in the flying path of the international flight. It is surprising. Who has given them permission? Who's given them permission to make a building and a hospital next door? Had this building not been there, probably had they been only a ground in a jungle, this pilot could have landed the plane. Possibility was there, but they had no option. Moment he crossed the wall of the airfield, he crashed into a building. So whatever possible chances were there for him to survive, it got burst into flames. So these are all aspects which are playing with the lives of so many innocent people. Who's to check this? Who's to control this? Now 241 passengers have died. Now that aircraft has banged into a doctor's hostel where they say all the meritorious student on scholarship for studying in those medical college, they were having the lunch there at 1:30. Number of them died because the total figure of death, I think 272 or 267. So those innocent people have died. Whose fault is this? Because if it is a technical fault by the Air India, which is overnight wants to grow, it has ordered so many planes. Why they are not carrying out full check for these aircrafts? If there is a sabotage, if there is a mischief by terrorists, then why is the airport security and the front security of the Air India not checking all those people? Who's multiplying these, selling these land, and people are buying these buildings and skyscrapers outside in the periphery of outside the airport. They are all causing threat to your life and our life when we are traveling by this plane. Now, what has happened in this accident? What is the cause of this accident? A major accident, tragedy took place. People have lost their dear ones. Entire families have gone, perished and vanished in the flight. They have got burnt beyond recognition. Their bodies are not they are not able to place. There is nobody to take the body because the complete family is gone. There are 8 families of 8 have gone. The complete mother, husband, wife, and their children have gone. I mean, it is pathetic. You cannot see what misery has taken place there. It's a big tragedy. It's a big shame. Now, there's a video. Moment this accident took place on 12th of June. A video surfaced which became viral. Somebody from the airport, his own house or a balcony or a window, is taking this video where he's from the takeoff to that flame burst. He's got the entire video. First, we should catch that chap. If he's staying next to the international airport, is he taking video of all the flights, which are thousands and thousands of flights which are flying that every day? Why has he specifically chosen this flight where he's taken from takeoff to that burst? He's taken this video. If he's got 100 videos like this, pardonable. But if he's taken only this video, why was he interested? Now, all the experts are studying these videos that flap. Aircraft, this is an aircraft. Suppose if this is an aircraft, it has got a flap which opens on top. And it has got a flap which slits like a telescope, it comes outside. So, these flaps are it's aerodynamic it stops the plane when it is landing from the air to it prevents the thrust which the aircraft is going, and it helps in landing, and it takes when it is taking off. This Dreamliner 787 requires 2.5 kilometers of runway. Now the flaps and the flaps are open to certain degree. When you're sitting on the airport, you please go see the window. On the wings, That you see some panel type 2, 3, 4 pole type slit outside in an angle, and a plate type thing slides outside. Those are to stop the air while landing and to give the thrust when you are taking off. So now those experts are saying the flaps are 5 degree to 10 degree. They are out of the wings. Both wings have these flaps. The spoilers are not open. The spoilers are not open because they are opened like in a fighter jet. The parachute opens to stop his speed, because both fighter and these aircraft land at the speed of 200 to 240 kilometers per hour. They land at that speed and they take off at speed of 160 to 180, 200 same speed they take off. The landing and taking off speed is same. So these flaps are used to give thrust and reduce speed. Otherwise, if these flaps are not used during takeoff, the Dreamliner will require 3 kilometers of runway. So 2.5 kilometers they take off, they create the thrust and they suddenly take off. Now when inside the cockpit, the pilot sits on the left with a wheel type of thing where he pulls the plane goes up, and the co-pilot on the right side. The pilot is busy concentrating on the runway, on the flight path, and he's taking his plane up. He keeps giving order to the co-pilot that do this, pull the flaps, pull the thrust, give the petrol, the aviation fuel intake. I mean, number of orders it keeps giving, and he's supposed to be monitoring all these channels. Now, this Mr. Clive Kundur is only 1,100 hours of flying. I don't think he's got that capability, that flexibility, that agility to be monitoring and screening all the screens, all the lights, everything, all indications on the aircraft. So when this video which has gone viral, a lot of experts I've seen on TV, you must have also seen on TV, they are saying the flaps are out. I mean, I'm not able to see, the flaps are out, and the gears are tires are still hanging. The last, when the aircraft goes down, the height is 600 feet. At that height, the tires are brought inside, because it is completely normal aerodynamics. It is putting resistance to the flight of the aircraft. It cannot fly because these gears are hanging, 3 tires are hanging. So the pilot gives order to the co-pilot. They pull the gears up. The flaps are like telescopic. They come out and they sleep inside like a turtle head. He puts it outside and retrieves inside. So that co-pilot does it. So now, as per my study, because I've been studying, I went through so many videos of Google, of the world, the American thing. The exactly was in 2013, which happened in Nepal. Similar thing probably has happened into this aircraft. Now, when the pilot ordered the co-pilot to pull the gears up, the co-pilot, whatever order this chap gives to the co-pilot does it. There's a chart, he ticks it, and the ATC also is told that this has been done, this has been done, this has been done. Now, when this was happening, instead of pulling the gears up, he has pulled the engine lever. If you in old cars, if you see when you pull the handbrake, there's a knob on top. You press it, and then you can only apply the handbrake. Similar type of button these levers have got. By mistake, he has pulled the engine. It is known as conditioner lever. It has pulled it down. When it pulled it down, all of a sudden, when the thrust got its maximum, the pilot was accelerating to its maximum thrust. The petrol intake was stopped. All of a sudden, this co-pilot by mistake, he was to pull the gears up, the tires up, but he did that and gave all correct report to the pilot and to the ATC, and the petrol was blocked. The petrol flow into the engine, into the thrust was blocked, probably by this inexperienced Mr. Clive Kundur, God bless his soul, and the inexperienced, both the pilots, both were novice in Air India had employed them. The thrust all of a sudden stopped. You see, the plane was about to I mean, everything was looking normal. It suddenly stalls and sinks. And if there was an open ground, probably few lives could have been saved. It falls into a building which is 5 to 6 stories, unauthorized, illegal building in the path of the international flights. Who has allowed it? Who's to be punished? I mean, the question should be asked. It should not happen. An inquiry is held and the pilots are blamed and thing is closed. Number of people are involved. The pilot training schools are involved. Who has employed these the pilots and given them such an important task of a Dreamliner, a big, huge bodied aircraft, 242 passengers is taking? Who has given them this task to make them a captain of 8,000 hours of flying and 1,100? You don't even give your car to a driver if he's not qualified to make him a co-pilot. From where are they getting license? From where? Who are the technical team of this Air India who are checking these planes? Why this? Nobody, that international airport has demolished that building. Number of questions need to be answered, and it has to be. And I request the airlines and I request the passengers, you should demand that whichever aircraft you are telling, that they should put up the name of the pilot and the hours of flying he has done, his experience. Otherwise, we don't even know. We are believing on them. We are risking a life, and we are losing our close relative, close family members, our dear ones. Not because of our fault, because of somebody else's fault, because we have put everything, by buying a ticket, everything, we have given complete life to him for our safety. It needs question. This black box will give you a story, but this is the most plausible reason I can get. It is total failure by inexperienced pilot. So many lives have been lost, which cannot be retrieved. Cobra ka salute.